welcome back. Thanks for tuning in to your boy Pfunk, Thinking Right, at my YouTube channel. This is my place where I dwell. This is where I do what I do. The lab ain't up and running yet, so I'm doing it in my living room. All right, behind me you see the lights on the house, but okay. Thanks for tuning in. Today we're going to get into, we got mythological stories. It would be nice. I'm telling you, this is mythological. This is stories. Don't think it's literal. Don't think it actually happened. It's a myth. It's a story. But the point is there's a message in the story. Never mind the people or just get the message. Okay? Mythology. That's what it's a study of myths. I'm going to give you a few. In Egypt, we had different places that had different beginning, different creation stories. I watched on YouTube myself. I got to show you 25 creation stories. So everybody have a creation story. Is it right or wrong? Don't make a difference. That's irrelevant. It's the point that we try to get across. As a teacher, I want to get that point across. We're going to discuss mythical stories about creation from the ancient Egyptians' perspective, the one that I studied, the one that I come to understand, and the one I like to present to you with an option to just think about it. Do it make sense? Make your own decision. Okay, here we go. The first one is in the beginning. Everybody starts off in the beginning. And the first question, who was there? How do you know? My man, it's a story. It's a myth. Somebody got to tell the story. Before we had writing, the only way we were communicating was through talking, folklore, passing it down verbally. This is why the Egyptians started putting it in stone. Not on paper, papyrus. We got the paper too. We invented that. But the whole point of it is, if you want to get a message across, if it's a verbal story, like a fish story, it's going to grow, it's going to shrink, it's going to grow, it's going to go here, there. So it's all about the message, the purpose behind the story. We know it started somewhere. Oh, the Big Bang. It just happened. At least they put some concepts to it. I like that. So here we go. It's the reason why I chose this for that particular philosophical point of view for living. It gives you all the answers. There's no mystery. There's no, well, just believe it. No, it's a myth. It ain't, understand it. Get the message. Here we go. In the beginning, it's always the noon, the abyss, the water, the ocean. Now we know Earth is 75% water. So that part falls in line. Water. Okay? Got it? And the whole point about the noon, the abyss, is it's full of potential. It's called undifferentiated potential. I mean unlimited potential. And when Ra, Tum, Ptah, all self-created gods, identities, deities, nature, manifestations of the one supreme being. Now, when I say supreme being, that means he had to have thought. Why? Because we know from last episode, the senses, thoughts is part of what makes us who we are and what's going on. So the creator had to have thought process. So he's conscious. There's a conscious thing going on. And watch how he set everything up. That's the beauty part for me. The creation story, no matter who tell it, you still got to bring it along. And so the person who's following can get an understanding. First of all, he created himself. He had no equal. He had nobody to oppose him. Okay, it's him and what he wanted to do. So he decides he needs somewhere to sit. Everything's it's the water, the abyss, and nothing going on. So they got the bin with the pyramid, the little pyramid. Okay, that was the first concept that one part of Egypt told one in Thebes. This is their concept. Anuians. This is their version. This is what they're going with. Ra, Atum, and Ptah was down to Memphite. But all these were creative gods who uttered their own name. He came to existence. Ra, let there be light. The sun. And every one of these versions that you hear, you done heard before. Why? Because every creation story is a spin-off from the Egyptians. That's the first thing. Let's get that out of the way. We the oldest. We the first. Hands down, this is what we do. We gave it to everybody. Everybody using it. Every aspect of it is being used in every religious context. I did my homework. I do my due diligence because I want to find out for myself before I bring it to you. I'm going to check it. I'm going to make sure it's okay. What do you call it? Fact finding. I just do my homework. I'm going to tell you what I know. I know I can do my own work. I know. But these are mythological stories, and they're told from generation to generation. And anybody who's studying this, they're going to take the same names. They might present it in a different way. Shoe going to always be air. Tough nut going to always be moisture. Ra going to always be... These things, no matter who tells it, it won't change. I can't say the same for the other religions, but we ain't go there. It's all about me giving you mythological stories about creation. But in doing the process, I'm going to throw a tidbit here, there, jab or poke, all that other good stuff. But it's all in jest, but it's all about getting across the message, getting across the information that my people need to get information about themselves. If you keep giving me this argument about the white man, about slave, let it go. Do some homework. Go further. Go back to where before the white man came into where I come from, we didn't need to worry about all that. We took care of ourselves. We did things for ourselves. We didn't need no help from the white man. When he came, that's when everything went awry. That's another story, some other time. But right now we're talking about the creation, and everybody have a story. So I'm just going to give you mine. That's all. I like mine. Here we go. Hope you do too. Let's get started. Now, the whole point of the story of creation, you want to tell them how it started. Before anything else, Ra created itself. As the Christians, let there be light. So Ra is the sun. His headgear, he's a human with the falcon head, but you know it's him because he got the sun disc over top of his head with the cobra surrounding it. Horus, Haru, which is the son of Isis, and Asar, he got the falcon head also, meaning he got the God spirit. He's the original son of God. The original son of God is Haru. Horus hood, they call it the Christ hood. It just meaning spiritual awakening. They call it the Nihas. You have a spiritual awakening. Every human being, once he wakes up to the godliness that's in him, that's a Nihas. That's a spiritual awakening. And it is the end all be all for me in this life that I've been living so far. 62 years. I'll be 62 next week, Christmas Eve. But my point is, young people, man, my eyes are bad. I can't see nothing. From reading on white side, I read myself blind, but I have a problem with that. But my thing is, I'm serious about this. Get your spirit. Understand who you are. Get knowledge of self. And then you'll become untouchable. As long as we stay ignorant as a people, we will never succeed. I use the Jews as an example of why I say they stole our birthright. The Jew will do one thing: take care of his kind, stick with his kind, and die for his kind. All the Jewish holidays are wars that they fought that they won. Did you know that? No, most people don't, but the Jews know that's what they do. They have their own heritage. They are strong in their heritage, so their belief is strong. Their faith is strong. They have something to build on. We as black people, we've been scattered. We've been bamboozled. We've been disrespected. We've been everything except the one thing that we are. One. If we come together as a people, think, be, and do the right thing as a people, for us, we be back where we need to be. Running things. Right now, you know who's running things? And it's sad. Gotta calm down. The Jewish people have the money, so they have control. The gay people that came up and figured out money, they can get some things done. They are running the show, so to speak, and everybody knows. But what I got a problem with my people is, you seen the Jew, okay, we laugh at him, oh, he cheap, but we seen him go from being slaves. They left Egypt, the Exodus, all that good stuff, yeah. But guess what they did? They got education. They educated themselves about themselves. The Jew don't care about black history. The Jew don't care about nobody. The Jew care about Jewish history. Black people. February should be the only month that we celebrate us, Christmas should be the only time we give gifts. Thanksgiving should be the only time that we get together. Easter should be the only time we do some more nonsense. We are so far off the beaten path, and I just got off on a tangent for what I was doing. But my point is, everybody has something that they believe in. Every race of people have their own background, their own rights. The black man, we are so scattered. We are so well spread out so wide. They know psychologically and emotionally and philosophically, we're not going to come together. We're not going to see the same thing the same way. So we're always going to be a separated group of people. That's not fair. We need to wake up, recognize it, and change it because we can. That's the only way we can. Education, knowledge of self, wake our young people up, tell them the truth, and stop wasting their time with. All right, here we go. I got on topic a little bit there, but it's okay. Being that I'm at home, I'm doing what I do. I can do whatever we want to do. But let's get back to what I was talking about, the creation story. You got to set it up. You got to. So this is going to be a two-parter because I got little things I need to get across. So the point is, when you start with the creation story in the beginning, the abyss, they got the spirit right there. They tell you the spirit moved among the face of the earth. Okay, that's the Christian side. I'm giving you the Egyptian side. We don't say that. We call it the noon. We say that Ra uttered or had a thought and manifested himself from that. He needed somewhere to stand. He created the bin, the top of the pyramid, that little thing right there. That little thing here, the pyramid, the top of that, that's called the bin stone. That's the cape stone on top of the pyramid. A whole lot of stuff to go. I'm not going there. I'm going to stick with the script. Here we go. First, you start out with Shu. Shu we know is air. Tough nut, moisture, rain, Geb, the earth, foundation, nut, heavens. I used to get a story about Nut and Geb, but we're going to go past that because it's not part of the creation story. I'm just going to give you understanding. Geb is the earth, Nut is the heavens. After that part, those are 5 elements that before man can even begin to be here, they had to be in place. Sunlight, oxygen, moisture, fermentation, earth, and heavens. Those are the 5 elements. Go with the 5 senses somewhat. See, they try to play the numbers game. I did the numbers thing with you before. Significant numbers. 1, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. 4, not so much. So, but they all have significance. So numbers is important. That's what I'm trying to say. But in the creation story, we ain't doing numbers. But if you play the number game, the first 5 things are elements. Man comes in at number 6. 6 positives, 6 negative, and 6 neutrons. That means 666. Not the mark of the beast, which they played this game with you. Don't get caught up in that. I tried to play that number one time back when I was a young guy. My local bookie was the minister of the church. I goes into I want to play 666. He wouldn't take my number. So, we get caught up in superstition. I got one for that too. I got a lesson on superstition. I just reminded me I need to do that. Okay, here we go. But talking about the creation story, before man can even be put here or have in place, before he can create us from clay or whatever they say they do. Remember, I'm doing a little comparison here because I'm trying to get you to understand what you familiar with and what I'm bringing to you. You can see that. Okay, so I ain't gonna play that game. We already got it from here. No, I ain't trying to do that. I'm just trying to show you creation story is told from generation to generation, from different places. Everybody have their concept, what they call creation story. We all got one. So why one gotta be, well, he's wrong. It's just a story. But what the Christians didn't do, and I asked one of my buddies, why did you know the Bible is an allegorical story for the myths and astrological content? Yeah, I know. Oh, I know. I don't. Why don't you preach that? If you know that. I've heard that preacher once say, Don't take my book literally because it's allegorical and it's really, these people never existed. They wouldn't say that. They're not going to say that. But that's the truth. Uh-oh. My bad. But my point is, you can follow and believe whatever you choose. I did. I made my choice already. And I always say, if when I get to the gates, like the Pope did when he got there and said, tell God the Pope is here. St. Peter said, yo, you got a guy here with a funny hat on, say he the Pope. You know him? I don't know the Pope. Pope who? Oh man, I'm the man. I'm from the Vatican. Yeah. When man is doing what man do, that's only recognized by man. The bottom line is, when this is over, that judgment day, which everybody gonna have, that day when this life is over and you transferring over, you make that transformation. If you're not spiritually enlightened, if you're not spiritually enhanced, if you don't have that knee-house moment, if you haven't been anointed, this is what they don't tell you. I'm gonna tell you the truth. I ain't got nothing to hide. I want you to be the best you can be. You being the best you, don't take nothing away from me. Because I'm being the best me. So I don't have a problem with you being the best you. And if I can help you do that, that's what I'm doing. But my point is, when you are changing, when you are doing what you're supposed to do, you're responsible for your actions. When you're doing something that you under the table, when I speak honestly. I speak the truth. I deal with everybody I deal with the same way. I don't play pick and choose who I be honest with, no, I'm the same way with everybody all the time. That way I had to worry about, well, I'm going to use it. No, I am the same dude all the time. I don't split hairs, so to speak. I don't let a situation dictate how I feel, what I think. I'm the same way all the time. I don't care who you are. That's why if I'm the one if I'm the judge or executioner, once I hear the situation, once I make my decision, done deal. Party's over. This is what judges do. You got to be unbiased. You got to be unsympathetic, unemotional, tied to a situation. Give me the facts, and I'll make a judgment on it. That's what they do at Judgment Day. They hear, or they let you, get your spiel, 42 confessions, and every time you fall short, listen, demerit. You know the deal. At a certain point, you fail. Out of 40, if you get 42, if you get 40, you're okay. I guess I ain't saying how much you gotta get. Personally, I go for 100%. So if it's 42, you gotta get 42. When I trained for UPS to go driving, they gave us our test. I had to be 100%. They didn't want 99. Good to know what you know. That's the point. If you know it, you're not worry about it. Because if I hold you accountable for what you know, then the problem is yours when you mess up, not mine. It's called accountability. We as the race of people need to be more accountable for what we do. I'm very much accountable for my actions. I want us to get better at it. It ain't just me. I'll be back.